Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Repentance. Today we're going to be continuing the Eden streak. Let's get to it. Eden, 7, hard, and let's go. So, I've just sat down after having my dinner, so a bit out of breath. Looks like we've got the explosion item to start with. Each time we explode, we lose some health. Each time we use it, so that's great. We also have a bit higher of a shot speed and tier rate, which is pretty good. And what's our seed today? J2M8, BQ27. Cool. And we start with a card as well, the Empress card. So, where do we begin? I had a comment today on the YouTubes from someone. I didn't even realize I would have skipped it if I'd have known it was a blind flaw. Yeah, I had a comment today of someone suggesting a mod, and that would be the item descriptions mod, the external item descriptions, and I have a problem with it. I don't like the external item descriptions mod. I know it might be a controversial one, but I don't like it. There's a few reasons as to why. So it kind of it allows you to, like, how do I best put it? It messes with the way you play the game, and I don't like that. I'd say it's more of a gameplay change than more of an aesthetic change. In the way that, like, for example, let's say we have a card that's hidden behind a rock or whatever, and I can't get to it. When you walk close to it, it'll tell you what the card is. And because of that, it means that you then know, well, either I want to get this, or I don't want to get this. Whereas, without the mod, you don't know what that card is. So you see, I mean, it can kind of give you an unfair advantage at times, is kind of my problem with it. And it's even the same with, like, things like spin down dice. Spin down dice is another one. When you have spin down dice, it'll tell you what item things spin down into. And I don't know, it's just kind of cheaty. Because then you can look at an item and think, well, I'll take this because it rerolls into rubbish later on. You know? It's like, it's kind of cheaty. And yeah, I don't like it. Wow, that's a really lucky chest to start with. That's crazy. So you see what I mean? It's kind of cheaty in a way, and I don't like it. But if anyone else uses it, like, I'm fine with that. You know, I have no problem with anyone using whatever mod they want. Play the game how you would like. But for me, it's just no, not for me. I'm gonna take Swallowed Penny. There's game-breaking potential with this. Anything else with that? Oh yeah, it blocks, like, a large portion of the screen, which is also a problem as well. It's very distracting. It's kind of frustrating to deal with. I have tried it before. I have used it before, but after playing with it for a bit, it's just a bit annoying. Like, I understand that there are going to be some people that are newer to the game, and I completely get it. I do get it. But whenever I come across an item that is worth it, I will point it out and I will explain roughly what it does. Like, I understand that, you know, I could explain, like, stat numbers and stuff, but honestly, I don't know the stat numbers for every item, you know? Like, how much tiers up is the coat hanger, for example. I don't know. I think it's 0.6, but I really don't know. You know, it's like, it's not relevant in my eyes. It's just like, it is a tiers up. It is good, sort of thing, you know? And that's kind of how I've always played the game. So, but yeah, I will point out items of relevancy. I think, like, the best way to do it is for me to not point out items that are just really obvious on what they do. So, for example, like, dinner, or whatever, or like the moldy bread, for example. We have the moldy bread now. It's just a health up, you know. It says it in the little item description at the top. Health up, and that's it. It doesn't do anything, you know. If you get, like, let's say the bandage, that's a little bit different, because the bandage, of course, has that feature where it can give you extra health, you know, when you get hit. So, like, you know, more relevant things, sure, why not? But yeah, are items that don't really, well, that kind of tell you what they do. I'm not going to explain. This is another item. Speaking of which, the game has done me dirty right here. This is one of those items where I don't really know what it does. I know it's a bit of an awkward one, but I've never known what it does. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just neutral. It's just okay. I know it gives you 1 black heart, and that's about it. Oh. Oh. Cricket's Head. Not only is it a damage up, but it's a damage multiplier. One of the best damage up items that you can get in the game. You've got Cricket's Head, which is the one we've got, and Magic Mush, which will give you a damage multiplier. Having both of them at the same time, however, doesn't really do you any good. It's not, like... I mean, sure, it's cool to get both of them, but it's like, it doesn't do anything particularly special. You know, so there you go. I will say as well, if you do have any items that you are, like, confused at, this just goes to anyone in general. Check out, I think it's called platinumgod.co.uk, or I think it's platinumgod.co.uk. I'm pretty sure they changed the URL recently, which is a bit of a problem, because I've always known it to be platinumgod.co.uk. It's always been that, and they recently just changed it. But essentially on that website, it has every single item listed and what it does. So it's, yeah, I recommend looking at that website. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do something very uncharacteristic of me and actually show you. Yeah, it's now called tboi.com. tboi.com. You ready? Here you go. This is me. Hello. First time seeing my face on the channel. This is the website right here. You can see every single item and what it does just by hovering over it. Like the halo, look, it says on the left all the stats and everything. So I would recommend checking out tboi.com if you are looking for any stats or anything like that. Any information. Anyway, let's get going. Let's keep going. Basement 2, onto caves. Got some really good damage with us at the moment. Really solid. We shouldn't have much of a problem. And yeah, impromptu face reveal, eh? See, like, I could have a camera on while doing these runs, but I just kind of like to sit back and chill for these runs. I don't want to, you know, have to prepare myself, you know. I don't have to, like, have a shower or whatever, like, you know, before a run or whatever. I mean, I have a shower every morning, but still, you know what I mean? I record these in the evenings, so I'm all sweaty. No, I'm not sweaty. It's, you know what I mean, though. I don't need to care. I can just sit here and do me, you know. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the external item description mod. I get it, you know, for newer players it can definitely help out, but the way I've always seen it is this game is best played when you don't know what you're doing. You know, I wish I could go back and play this game for the first time and not have a single clue what any item does. Because that'd be fun. And like gradually learning over time what combos work best, what items are good to pick up, what items are bad to pick up. That's the way I recommend playing the game. In my opinion, it's better to not know what the items do. We'll try for Magic Mush. Well, we didn't get it. That's fine, but you know what I mean. That's just my point of view. I'm happy to talk with you lot about it as well. If anyone has any comments or any thoughts on that, leave them in the comments, and you know, we can have a discussion over multiple videos about it. Keep in mind, I am currently about 3 videos ahead. So the video 3 days ago is coming out today, and so on. But I want to be ahead, because there's a couple of days coming up very soon where I won't be able to record. So I will lose a day, essentially. And even then, like, I don't guarantee that I'll upload every single day. You know, I put out videos when I'm able to record and when I'm feeling right to record. Let's do this. There you go. Saveabomb.com. It's not a website, but why not? Just want to show it off. That's what it does. Explodes. It uses half of a soul heart. But I like the smelter. The schmelter is really good. So the smelter will essentially, as you can see over here, it swallows the trinkets, is the easiest way to put it. You swallow it. Whenever you pick up a trinket, you're essentially putting it in your mouth, and when you use the smelter, you swallow it. And that essentially means you get to keep the effects of that trinket forever. So, yeah, we now permanently will drop a coin every single time we get hit with the swallow penny, and lucky toe means we've just got more luck, essentially. So, yeah. Pretty good. I do like the smelter. I forget what it is, but there's an item you can get that will mean that if you don't have a trinket, it'll drop another one. I think it's like Mom's Box or something like that. It's got like an effect where if you hold it and you don't currently have a trinket, it'll keep dropping them over and over again. And with Smelter, that's extremely good, because you can just get like tons and tons of stuff. Tons of useful effects from that. Cool. Let's go. We've done pretty much all I need to do. I think we'll go and do the curse room. Not curse room, the challenge room before we leave. Here we go. Ooh, nice. That was worth it. Very cool. So, yeah, for example, like that item, it's a really obvious item, right? Miss Dolly, it gives you a Tears upgrade, which is essentially fire rate. And, yeah, you get three random hearts. There's 3 random hearts from it. They could be all soul hearts, which is usually the case. Or they could be, like, red hearts as well, which is, you know, it's not as good, but, hey, I mean, it could be useful for something. You never know. But yeah, I think for me personally, I'm against any sort of mod that will affect gameplay, and the external item description definitely affects gameplay. That's for sure. But the main reason is because of that thing with, like, rocks or whatever. If you've got a card that's sitting behind some rocks, wow, that's epic. That's great. Perfect timing. Yeah, if you've got, like, a card that's sitting behind some rocks or something, and you can't see what it is, you can just see what it is. Like, you know, with the mod. You don't get the choice. Which could affect your entire run. On something like a streak, in my opinion, it's a bit too far to be classed as vanilla, because it affects gameplay. Alright, cool. PJs are really good. Fully heals you and gives you some soul hearts. Very cool. Doesn't do anything else other than that. Let's move on. And yeah, the blood bag was a health up, full heal, and a speed up. 0.3 speed. I remember that much. Oh, blind flaw? Rip. Come on. There we go. Bomb for bomb is always worth it. Wow, look at that. Is this going to be what I think it is? Ah, it's the other one. It's the other one. It's not Magic Mush, it's Mini Mush. That's fine. So yeah, one of two items you can get from mushrooms. Mini Mush or Magic Mush. Magic Mush is that other damage multiplier item I talked about. And then Mini Mush will make you smaller. It gives you a bit of range, a bit of speed. That's about it. Yeah, it's weird. Missing Page has just been one of those items that I've just not known what it does, ever. I think it's something like if you get hit at a certain point, it'll deal damage to enemies in the room or something like that. It's nothing crazy. Like, here's a perfect example right here of what I'm talking about. With our external item descriptions, it would tell me what this card is just by standing here. Whereas I can't get it at the moment. So it could influence the way that you play the game. Like, if you find a Hanged Man card somewhere else on the floor, you could use it here to pick up the card and see what it is. Whereas if you know that it's a garbage card, it's not worth it, you'd then be like, well, I'm not going to use that there, I'm going to use that somewhere else. And that to me is too big of a gameplay change for me to like it. Okay, well, nothing I can do here, unfortunately. Because it's a blind floor. If only it wasn't, I'd be able to see them all. I maybe shouldn't have gone in there, because one of those could have been the trinket box I was talking about. That I think is the one that gives you trinkets when you don't have any. But either way, I'd still keep this. What's this? What are you? Not an item I'd choose to pick, but whenever you get hit, you'll explode in a bunch of tears. It'll just spread a bunch of tears out in the room that can hit enemies. And I think the problem I have with it is you can't really tell if those tears are your own or enemies. And that's kind of why I don't like it. I mean, sure, they're like all coming out of you, but I'm just not a huge fan. I think it's that one anyway. I've never claimed to be an expert in this game, okay? I like the game and I feel like I'm decent at it, but I've never claimed to be an expert. The cracks are showing. Ooh, look at that. A little Trisagian. Oh, look at that. The Brimstone Beam mod has changed it. That looks really nice now, Trisagian. Looks great. What are we getting the bleed from? Oh, it's the razor. Okay. So the razor, if it touches enemies, can cause bleed effect. There you go. There it is again. Nice. And we'll pick up the key piece for an extra angel chance. And yeah, let's keep exploring the floor. Keep looking around. What was in here again? Okay, nothing. Just wanted to check the rest of the floor because you never know what could be here. I just realised as well, we can do the boss challenge room. That would be nice. So Trisagian, it's a weird item, right? It looks cool, but it's not great. Being completely honest, it doesn't really change your tears much, you know? It just changes the way they look. You're essentially firing the same tears, it's just more of a visual thing. Okay. So the mysterious paper will give you a random paper item effect. So, for example, missing page 2. That's a paper item. Therefore, it could randomly give us the effect of that. Can't remember any others off the top of my head, but there's like 3 or 4 of them. I'm not entirely sure. About 3 or 4. Batwing, sure. We'll swallow this one next. So the Batwing will make you fly in certain rooms. Here we go. This game's really going to test my trinket knowledge here, which is arguably my weakest skill set in this game, trinket knowledge. Let's move on. I know what most of the items do, but when it comes to trinkets, I'm still a little bit weak on that. There you go, look, we're flying. Well, okay, I'll pick that up. That's a brilliant trinket. So below pane, whenever you pick up a coin, you have a 50-50 chance, I think it is, to find a little heart drop. Well, for it to drop when you pick up the coin. We just need a really good shop now. Like a mega shop. What would be perfect would be restock. Right about now. Ugh. It's not a mega shop. This is good, but it's not what I want. Because you have some like game-breaking material right here. Okay, it's depths 1, we can do this now. There we go. Tears up, shot speed down, the health up. And none of this is very good whatsoever. I'll take that. This is one of the items where I'm not entirely sure what it does, because I know there's 2 of them that look almost identical. There's one that's like red, and then the other one's just white. I don't remember which one's which. Jeez, this game is really giving me all the items I don't know what they do today. It's like, I'm going to make you suffer. I'm going to make the comments be really mad at you for not knowing what anything does. Just so happens that the game's giving me things I don't know. All I know, right, is that what items are good, what items are not good. Essentially. But I've never claimed to know them all. Queen of Hearts. Okay. If we get a sack room, we can play it. This is looking interesting now. I don't really know what we play the sack room for. There's nothing particularly I can do with it. But Queen of Hearts is really good. It'll spawn a, like, I think it's like, I want to say, I don't know, like up to like, what, like 15 or so hearts in the floor or something like that. It can give you either few or a lot of hearts. And like Boiled Baby, it's like, it's an obvious one, right? When you see it in action, you'll see what it does. Hang on, I gotta kill it in the other order. Hang on. I want to be careful. Kill you first, there we go. Eternal, ah. If you kill them in the other order, like kill the big one first and then the small one, you get a very small chance of getting the Eternal D6, which is a way of re-rolling items. This is a very good one. It's a 2-room D6 roll, which means you can re-roll your items, item pedestals on the ground, into something else. However, it also has a very small chance of destroying the item as well, the Eternal D6. But it does have a 2-room recharge, so it's good, but there's also a little bit of risk involved. And I believe the risk scales with luck as well. So the higher your luck stat is, like this, the green clover stat, the better chances you have of things not being destroyed. Let's move on. Unfortunate shop. I would really like a better shop. Like a good one. We need a strong, thick shop. You know, I need a girthy one. Like, a perfect world is a double item room shop. One of them being restock, and the other one being on sale. That's like the dream right there. Because restock with this build, oh my, yeah, it could do some damage there. Because with our current situation, we've got maxed out. Yeah, we're maxed out on money. We have the ability to essentially get a lot more money because we've got Swallow Penny, where whenever we get hit, we drop a coin. And then we also have extra potential to get more money because we've got Blood Penny as well, which whenever we pick up the coin that we get, would then, oops, yeah, it would then mean that we could, what we're trying to say, heal back up. There you go, like that. So essentially, we can get free plays and free money with this. It's not unlimited, but we could get a lot of plays out of it with our current build. So here we go. Restock. Oh. Oh. Well, there goes that dream. That was our last shop. The dream was there though. All I needed was restock and another item would be golden. Be able to break the game open. In another lifetime. In another world. Oh well. Yeah, I kind of want to explore the rest of the floor, if I'm honest. As much of the floor as I can before we move on. Almond milk? That's my reaction to that. Just, no. Maybe not. So almond milk is a weird one. It'll give us an extremely high fire rate with extremely low damage. However, our tears will have random worm effects, so it could go like wiggly, it could go flying off the screen, it could go zigzag. They go nuts, essentially. They go wild. Now, as cool as that is, I don't like the massive damage down. I know it is technically a damage up because of the high fire rate. I don't think it's really worth it. Not at the moment. There's like a couple of items I would like to take it with. Like rock bottom would be good fun. but we don't currently have that sort of setup. I have to know what this is, by the way. Justice. Okay, let's just bunch of these. Oh, the game's just giving me, like, nothing to work with. It's sad. It really is. I wish I could break the game with this. I'm really not getting anything for it, though. It's like the breaking one with all the potential, but the game just doesn't give it to me. Nothing really I can do. No sack room. Come on, game. Gib. The game doesn't want me to break it. What's in here? Secret room? Oh no. What about here? Hey, there you go. Nah. Onward. Onward. See, I've been playing some Planet Coaster today. And oh my. It's been a good one. It's been a good time. So, I for those who know Planet Coaster, I've been playing it on challenge mode on medium difficulty, and essentially it gives you like a certain amount of money for each difficulty you go on, right? So medium difficulty, it gives you like what, 4,000 to start with, something like that. I can't remember. It might be a bit higher than that. I really don't remember. And essentially I built my park up. I spent a lot of time. Ooh, now that could be something. In natural chaos, I'll take that. So chaos will randomly scramble your item pools up, essentially. It scrambles them. So items that could be in an angel room could be found in a boss room. You could get boss room items in a devil room. You know, it'll scramble them all up. So we could get some weird items now, some really weird stuff. But yeah, I've been playing it, and essentially I got down to my last like 1,000. I spent, you know, and that's with a loan as well, a loan of 10k in Planet Coaster with an extra like 2 or 3 grand, and I was like really low on money, barely making it through. I had like 3 rides that were only just getting me money. And I waited. I thought, I'm going to wait to pay off this loan. Because I was like almost there. I'd almost paid it off at this point. So I waited. I paid the loan off. And then with the remaining money that I had, you know, from the park just naturally generating me money now, I was then able to make a roller coaster. And I opened it straight away. And people flooded to it. People went nuts for it. They loved it. And now I'm sitting at like a casual sort of 20k, and it's just ridiculous. The one roller coaster saved my entire theme park. It was great. Should have been there. Should have seen it. It was satisfying. But yeah, oh man, I'm really enjoying it right at the moment. Planet Coaster. Great game. Very, very detailed. This is the bad one, isn't it? Yeah, so what this item does is this can really screw your runs over if you pick it up on like a beast run, especially. You want to be careful of this sensor. Essentially, it provides like a big sort of circular aura around it, and any tear or like fire or anything that goes inside of the aura will slow down. And it can really mess your runs up. It really can, especially on the beast when you go and do that route. So I would avoid picking it up if I were you. It's not bad. You know, you can pick it up and you can do really well. But for me, it's got too much screw-up potential. So no. Like, in the Isaac fight or whatever, it could slow his tears down to the point where I literally can't dodge them. So, yeah, it's not my sort of item, that. Especially on the Beast, though. Beast is the worst. Because the fire attack that the Beast does makes it essentially impossible to dodge. He does kind of like a Flappy Bird orientation, if that makes any sense. With fire. It's like Flappy Bird fire. And, yeah, it's impossible to dodge if you have sensor. You just have to tank a load of hits and that's it. You dead. This is a pretty rare boss, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure it's rare. So there you go. You see, we got a tier detonator. That's a shop item that we got from our boss room. That's what Chaos does. It scrambles them all up. So here again, for example, shop item right here, and then this is a secret room item. So I'm going to take that. Could be good fun, echo chamber. You see how we could use this, right? This is the setup I wanted to show you. Get hit, pick up a coin, and that coin could give you some health. And you could then use that health to pay out something else, you know? So, Echo Chamber is a fun one. Essentially, when you use a card, it'll then remember what that card was. And the next time you use a card, it'll use that effect as well. And it does that up to 3 times. So it stores the last 3 cards that you used, and it'll use it again, or use all 3 of those again when you use another card. But then it removes the last, the oldest one in the list with the one you just used, essentially. Let's move on. So that could be some really good plays with it. It's a pretty powerful one. And I will say, when the game, well, when the item first came out, there wasn't a limit on that. It would just endlessly do it, and you could imagine the sort of chaos people were causing with it. It was originally whatever your card you used would get used infinitely. So they very quickly changed that after people would break their game. So, yeah. It's a fun item, though. You still can break the game with it, but it's just more difficult to do. Wow, look at all this money I can't use, because I got too much. Stalky? Wow, what a great trinket. Wow. You know, I've just realised I haven't watched a movie in a long time. I don't even remember what the last film I watched was. Yeah, I can't remember. It was probably Your Name, which is like an anime film. Which I have to say, if you've never seen it, oh my god, it is incredible. It is so good. I was like on the brink of tears watching that. Oh boy, it's a really, really good one. I enjoyed every second of Your Name. I don't want to spoil anything for it, but it is great. Let's go on to the thing. Cathedral. For the Slow Down Sleep Token song. Ready to hear some Sleep Token? Lo-fi sleep token to eat your cheese to. Lo-fi sleep token to eat your cheese to in the rain. I just imagine a very sad-looking man just sitting there at a table with a piece of cheese on his plate while it's raining outside. It's all sort of gloomy and atmospheric. He's just eating a piece of cheese, and this song's playing over the top of it. I didn't want to do that. Taking a lot of damage now. Yeah. It's okay. Well, there's One Piece Guppy, I guess. A permanent One Piece Guppy, keep in mind. I would love that to be a thing. Like, that being like a YouTube channel or something. Sleep soaking songs to eat cheese to. In the rain. Ow. We're okay. We're fine. Oh, and I have to say as well, I'm kind of a bit late in the video for this, but if you do see someone in the comments who is a newer player, who doesn't know what certain items do, help them out, you know. We gotta help each other out. This is a game that has infinite knowledge to it. You cannot, like, learn every single thing about this game. There's always going to be something new that you didn't know before. So, yeah, I would say if there's someone in the comments who doesn't know something, tell them. Be a bro. Be a bro. Or a sis. Well, whatever you want to be. And help others out, you know. Oh, is that the item? I think this might be the item that'll drop random trinkets on the ground every couple of rooms. Well, I mean, every 4 rooms you get a new one, but I don't know if that's the one where if there's no trinket on the that you currently have equipped. Whoa, that was a weird one. that it might spawn them. I can't remember. I can't remember which item has that passive effect. Don't remember. That's a secret room item. We're getting a lot of secret room items, so it's looking interesting. Isaac's Tomb is another weird item, but there's literally no use for it right now. Essentially, when you reach a new floor when holding it, there'll be a new sort of chest on the floor when you first appear. It can have a couple of random things in it. It can have a few trinkets. It can have a few soul hearts, a few cards, like 2 or 3 cards. It's pretty cool. Pretty good way to enter a floor. Good item. Underrated for sure. But of course, as we're on the last floor of the game now, I mean it's hardly going to be of any use to me right now. Alright, this is the room. My recommendation for anyone who ever sees this room in this game, kill Gluttony last if you're not at max health. So like this, Gluttony right here. Gluttony is the best one to kill, because Gluttony will always drop hearts if Gluttony is the last one to die in this room layout. I'll avoid that. Whenever you get hit, it drops a few bombs on the ground. Ow. Got hit by you last time. So I'm killing all these things first and saving Gluttony till last. This is Super Gluttony. You'll always get health from it. Celt across, sure. Believe when we get hit, it'll randomly give us some invincibility. I think that's what it does. I'm not, don't quote me on that. I'm not a pro. I just enjoy this game a lot. Like with most things, I would say I'm just above average. That's just me. I never like pro level at anything. I never have been. I've always just been above average. And I'm fine with that. Like Guitar Hero. I would say I'm pretty decent, but I'm not like pro level. I'm above average, above the average grouping of people. But that's the joys of this game, As I always say, that's why this game is so good. We literally haven't found any other useful cards this entire run after finding Echo Chamber. This has been a very weird run. I would say it's almost a disappointment. Look at that high definition bomb right there. Look at that. Huge. Alright then. Well, that's been a relatively fast run. 45 minutes. That's pretty quick. And with that, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Again, let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts whatsoever. Anything you think would make a good topic to talk about. I'd be happy to talk about it in a future video. Let me know. I will chat. I will do talking. That is a thing I can do. Since we're on a casual route anyway, because in Season 2, I remember I talked a lot about what was going on in the run for pretty much all the videos. But now we're on a really casual route. I don't have to really think about it anymore. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next video, and next time we'll be reaching round number 9 in a row with Eden. I'll see you all then. Goodbye.